Oh, it didn't play the opening.
Where's the opening?
It's supposed to do it automatically.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. It's supposed to automatically. Having trouble with your brands? Try refreshing the page.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, forget that. I guess you can't find it. Well, we're live. That's all that matters.
Here we are.
Yeah, live on YouTube. There we go.
Live on YouTube. Okay.
Hi, everybody. We're gonna go for a drive again today.
Where are we heading?
I don't know.
All right. We got to get the car wash because it's raining.
We got to get the car wash because it's raining. I thought what we do is we go to the superchargers at Walmart and we kind of show people what that's like to go get your car charged at a supercharger.
Let's do it.
Because I have an account that comes for free with the car for Electrify America.
There you go.
All right.
Now, while you're doing that,
I know you just had a car listed on.
I did.
A trailer.
It's a very nice Alfa Romeo.
It went up very early.
Yes.
I sent an email like at 5:30 this morning.
5:30 in the morning, and the reason why is because we think it will attract some European buyers.
Oh.
And it is a premium auction, and you may know the owner, but we're maintaining his privacy.
Privacy.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm checking on it because I had. Let's see.
Anyway, so welcome to CarYada. And there's a streaming link we can share. All right.
Good.
Banners. If you have any comments about buying, selling, trading, leasing cars, I know our good friend Jake, I think, is at services this morning. Bar mitzvah practicing.
Oh, that's right.
I think Ray, I don't know if you're going to be at your dealership today, giving away free coffee. I don't know if we have time to go all the way out there today, but now we can do two things with the car wash today. The touchless little mini tunnel now apparently has license plate readers.
Oh.
And it is supposed to work for the prepaid payment, the club. So I might want to drive through that instead of the regular one. And then if it doesn't work, we'll go to the regular one because it's unmanned. So if it doesn't work, there's no one there that can help us.
It's unpersoned, is what you meant to say?
Whatever. Well, I kept saying a one-man show. I'm writing a one-man show. And
oh, that's true.
Somebody's like, well, it's one person show. I go, but I'm a man. I'm allowed to say one-man show. Oh, that's true. If it is about you, but unmanned space capsule, they don't say unpersoned.
Do they say unmanned now?
They still say unmanned.
And what about postman?
Postal worker.
Post worker, and I think of the people inside the post office. I don't think of the people actually out there delivering the mail.
Oh.
And if they change it, does the post person bring the male or the female?
It's MAIL.
I know, I'm playing on the
but I mean, in the whole master bedroom, primary bedroom,
yes.
Master suite, primary suite.
Yes.
So the only time, because I do a joke about it, but the only time the reason they're not doing it for houses is because the master suite was like where the master lived, then there were the slave quarters.
Right. But to me, it seems a little, I understand the reason for it, but the other bedrooms are not slave bedrooms.
Right.
So.
And in a car, you have a master cylinder and you do have a slave cylinder.
You do have a slave cylinder.
Because the master cylinder controls.
Right. But they refer to it now as the primary cylinder.
No, they don't.
Yes. The primary or main cylinder.
Seriously?
Yes, it has actually changed.
What about master locks?
I don't know.
What about What about a master's degree? Is that going to change?
That's
bachelor. Is it a bachelorette degree?
That's also an interesting consideration. Now, Master Lock is a brand. So
what about postmaster? Speaking of mail,
well, because that's certainly true, but there's all sorts of use of that term that would come into question. And I had a joke which I can't tell here that I was working on that included the obvious master.
I've already done that joke.
You have?
Primary bait?
Yes.
Yes. It's on my special.
It is in your bed.
Yes. I think it's on my special.
But mine goes a little different direction.
Oh. But my friend Flip Schultz posted the exact same joke. And I was like, well, I wrote that like 7 years ago. I said, but having a wife as a realtor is probably, gave me a little head start on that joke.
Yeah, that's true. Look at how nice it's getting.
I know, they put a picket fence.
And did you see along the sides of the road?
Oh yeah, all the daffodils that
Yeah,
they
they planted all those, which I think is very nice.
And there's a bunch up by 305 and Sportsman's Club that said "Smile." It was spelled out.
Very
and
nice.
Jeremy had planted those.
Very nice. So we're in the midst of more adjustments for auto sales.
Yes, the tariffs are going insane.
It's up here, it's down here,
the
it's here, it's there.
the uncertainty.
It's the chaotic fomentation of economies and relationships now.
Yeah, and Honda announced something that they're going to bring one of their plants that they do the CRV hybrid.
Yeah,
they're going to bring the engines from Mexico to Indiana in 2028.
So they're shifting the plant.
They're shifting
the
plant
manufacturing to
Indiana.
2028.
In 2028. Which also means they didn't just make that decision today.
Yeah.
Or they're announcing it now, so maybe Trump will give them a little favor. The problem is, if you just donate to him, buy some of his Trump coin, or hire one of his kids, then he'll give you a waiver.
Yeah.
Like Tim Cook gave $1 million to Donald Trump for his inauguration, and Apple products are suddenly going to be exempt.
Yeah. Well, what is equally interesting in this scenario is not just that the dictatorship rises; it's that the only way for a dictatorship to work is for people to actually become his sycophants. And
that's what's happening. Oh, Jake,
if nobody did, good morning. If nobody followed, if nobody kowtowed, then it wouldn't matter. He'd have no authority. But people are. So that's
because they're also power hungry, and they're afraid of losing power and having But gas right now is down a few cents. It's $3.99.
$3.99
and diesel's even down. It's $4.05. It was $4.15 forever. Yeah. According to Trump, gas is $1.98.
Where did he get that?
I have no idea. He made an announcement. He goes, "Look, gas is $1.98. Some places in the country, eggs are cheaper than they've ever been. Groceries are all down. Unemployment." He just made all these lies back to back. He goes, "Everything's great. It's all working. Everything I'm doing is working." It's like, and no one calls him out on it.
And don't forget,
it's a political show now.
Don't forget that the Russian-Ukraine war has been ended. It ended on the first day of his inauguration, like he promised.
Right. Now, so the car prices, though.
Yes, back to cars.
Used cars are doing really well at the auction. The cars we're buying for my day job, when we're selling them, the prices have definitely gone up of what people are willing to pay. Dealers want to get more inventory ahead of the curve, if possible.
Yeah.
Especially newer. A good example, we had a 24 Ford Ranger come through.
24?
A 2024.
1924. That is an old Ford.
A 2024 Ford Ranger came through. By the way, the comments I'll get to. We're driving. I see a few came in.
And by the way, we're in Dan's beautiful BMW.
We're in it again. Oh, yes. Look, this side, the road's open.
Oh, they opened up this side of the road. Excellent.
Wow.
They've been doing construction here forever. Wow, no more rickety, bumpity, swirly.
Look how smooth this is.
Very nice. Let's see if there's a bump here. Not too bad. Barely. Okay.
Wow, look at that.
Very nice. This will actually be passable. Of course, this still looks like a pilot.
Well, yeah. They have to be able to set up the fireworks.
Yeah.
It's funny. They had to dig that whole thing out just for the fireworks, because they were working in July and they couldn't get that. So they had to dig that out to store their stuff. And then they had this whole storage area here. Anyway, so yeah, prices are definitely
they're up on used cars.
They're up on used cars. This 2024 Ranger comes in, and it got a 5.0.
Oh,
out of from the 1 to 5 scale.
1 to 5 scale on mechanical condition?
Not mechanical, just overall condition.
Overall condition.
That's everything. So if you get a 5.0, most dealers, if they see a 4.5 or higher and it's a green light car, meaning they can arbitrate anything. There's they're going to bid higher on it.
And they do this rating in all 50 states, correct?
This is auto grade rating, which is standard at all NAAA auctions, which is no, it's National Auto Auction Association.
So in Hawaii, you can get a Hawaii 5.0.
You could get you were setting that up the whole time.
The whole time.
In Alaska, you can get an Alaska 4.9.
You can.
Yeah. In Pennsylvania, you can get a Pennsylvania 0.2.
Oh.
Or a Pennsylvania 2.
There you go. Ooh, look at you. Race car entry. Wow, that's surprising.
Really?
He's chasing the apex.
Yeah, then you come around here and you take the inside.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I took a
little tight there on the entrance to the second.
Sorry.
But nice.
Hi, everybody.
Dan hunting the apex in the tight corner.
Yes. So
for those of you who are not racing enthusiasts, Dan, do you want to describe what the apex is?
No, you go ahead and describe it for the people that don't know.
So when you enter a corner in a performance car with a performance driving mentality, as Jake will tell you, and some of the other folks that are race car drivers or practice racing in their spare time, the corner softens out the straight line and moves into another direction. And so the forces that your car has accumulated, the acceleration forces in a straight line, now have to be moved because you're changing the direction slightly. And so when you change the direction, those forces shift. And when they shift, the more aggressively you shift those forces, the more the vehicle slows down and the more momentum you lose. Now, speed on a race course has as much to do with fuel economy and conservation of momentum as it does with just horsepower and hammering the throttle as hard as you can.
Right.
So the apex of the turn is where it goes from its tightest curvature and starts to open up into the straightaway. So you want to hit that apex with just the right amount of entrance force and then hammer the throttle at the exit of the apex to come out of it without shifting any of that momentum, but regathering it up into forward acceleration forces.
See, I took I believe it was a Skip Barber class.
Yeah.
At the Pomona Raceway,
yes.
Or as I like to say, my Tony Danza, Pomona, when I was selling Pontiacs for Livingston Pontiac in Woodland Hills, California. We went down to the racetrack. The brand new Pontiac had come out, the Firebird and Trans Am, the 93.
Yeah.
And they took us to the track, and we were able to, we were in a car with a professional driver, and they took us around the track, and then they let us do it. It was much slower when we did it.
Yeah.
But those were some fast cars. All right, we can stop for a second. There's a referral link button there. I can't see. George Carlin has a great bit about words. Yes, he does. Apple sucks anyway. Android all the way. Swampy characters on both sides of the absolutely.
Yep.
The politicians are swampy. I mean, I don't. Yeah. There are some people that are out there for good, that aren't constantly making money.
That's right.
There are people that are actually public servants
and interested in the public good.
Yes, on both sides. And there are Republicans that are like that too. It's not a one side or the other.
And let's be fair, that really is the majority of politicians in the United States.
No, I think it's a minority.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. Because if not, they would run for 3 terms and get out. They wouldn't trade stocks. They wouldn't make money off of it.
I wonder about people in public service in general. Because I think most people in public service, you're not paid enough to do the work.
Right.
And they can do so many other things. So I think people do sign up for the public good.
Right.
I mean, look at the people at the NIH and the CDC and the FDA. They could be paid double their salary for working in competitive pharmaceutical companies and all sorts of other arenas, medical arenas. But they choose not to. Instead, they choose to work for the government for the benefit of everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, are we going to Denny's?
No. Oh, no. This is the other car wash. This is the touchless. We're going to see if it works.
Okay.
All right. Adam says, even the lowest price state doesn't have gas under $2. I know. Yeah. Good morning. I want to remind everyone on this beautiful, go to affordable used cars where dreams come true. Don't ask for Ray.
Don't ask for a Ray this time?
He's not there today.
Oh, okay.
No free coffee today. So I'm glad we're not going there. And then,
Bob Moss says.
Boss says I've been loafing my ass watching the preview of It's a Lot. So did he not know about it either?
Well, I had not sent him the preview link, so yeah. So I sent him the preview link. So we can announce.
Yes, this is the first time announced.
Yep.
Although Scott's usually the first person I call, but I didn't. We just found out right before we went on the air. So we've been in the It's a Lot sitcom, which is car related. We can talk about that show. Where Raffi plays Tony, I play Dan. I'm really hard at acting. I play a overweight, bald loser who sells cars. Where did I ever come up with that character? So on the sitcom front, we decided after pitching to a bunch of places and the networks kind of just being like, that we would go the festival route this year.
Yeah.
And we've been in 3 festivals so far. Portland, which we won an award for Best Series.
Yep.
LA, which I think we're going to get Audience Award because we had a great audience there.
That'd be great.
And
just a couple days ago.
And then Thursday night in Atlanta, we won an award also in Best Series episode. So we're award-winning 2-time.
Yeah.
And then right before I picked Raffi, I got an email that we were selected for the Massachusetts International Auto Festival.
Auto Festival. Oh, he's distracted by pulling
film
up
festival.
So we pulled into the Brown Bear Car Wash in Polsbo.
Please wait while we
and we're going into this
welcome to our car wash.
It doesn't
Chamber of
recognize.
Horrors.
An option from the list on the
So
screen.
we may not be able to.
It doesn't recognize again.
Are you still with me?
No.
Pick an option from right there on the screen.
No. They've not put my license plate in. Jay, can you call somebody?
This guy's coming out.
No, I don't think he can do anything. I'm going to go to the other car wash because they can put us through.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, the last time I went to the other car wash, they didn't have my plate. And I've gone in 3 times. I've done it online twice, and it's just not registering. When we used to have the sticker, it always worked. Anyway, the Massachusetts International Film Festival this morning announced that we were an official selection for that. The problem is it's like May 12th or 13th, and I don't think I can go.
Well, I definitely can't go.
Yeah, so we may be unrepresented. But
we can send a representative.
We can send representatives like we did in Georgia. I just gave my ticket to a Rick Springfield fan on one of the online clubs. If I go left here, am I really breaking the law?
Probably not.
I didn't see the sign. It should be there.
Well, it's also not on a public roadway.
Oh, good point.
It's on an entrance to a public roadway, which I don't believe is enforceable.
Okay. So
we'll take comments from others if they have an opinion on that.
Yes. So anyway, so we're in another festival, which is awesome, and we've won awards. And Raffi has not told a lot of the people. Raffi's got like 4 different lives. You got your music world.
Yes.
You've got your car world.
Yeah.
You've got your education world where you're a professor.
Yeah.
And you have you've got your acting and comedy.
My acting and comedy world, and these universes must never collide.
Yes.
You know. So I finally posted the win, the Portland win. So we have a 2-time win. So I grabbed the story on Instagram and I posted it to my story. And of course, most of my Instagram followers are in the design world. So I've been getting a lot of, what? Is this your brother?
My cousin, Tom.
My cousin. This is cousin Tony. We're very big family. Very big, very big. Look, gas here is more expensive. That's $4.19.
Oh, that's where?
That's 20 cents more than it was down in the other station. And usually that station is competitive.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
But this is also Safeway, so you use your Safeway points.
So you can get a little bit there.
You can get up to $1 off.
Yeah, that's true. So back to cars, with used car prices coming up and prices of car parts going up, I think an interesting thing that could possibly happen is that there will be more deferred maintenance on used cars.
Yes, because it's going to get expensive if oil filters are coming from Canada or Mexico,
Yep.
Or China,
Yeah.
then people are going to stop. Oil change is going to get really pricey.
Mm-hmm. And oil changes are already expensive.
Ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, I just had brake fluid flush. It was $200 for a brake fluid flush.
You should do it in your car. It's even more expensive. What else do we have? Please repost the Saab car wash blowout window video. It's comic genius. I will get that.
That is a good one.
As in the old movie Car Wash, how common is it for a car wash places now to have employees at the exit waiting with towels and vacuum? In LA, that still exists.
That also in Northern California.
They don't do that here.
No.
Here is to drive through a big, huge blower,
Yep.
and you
And
come
that's
out,
it.
and they have free towels
So
and
you
free
can
spray, so you can. They're not
finish
doing,
it up.
but they're not doing free vacuuming at this one.
Oh, I thought they
The
had
one
free
in Bremerton
vacuuming.
is free vacuuming.
Well, that sucks.
Should have drove. Oh my God, we should have driven. See, this is why he doesn't have a lot of friends in the comedy side. It's all academic and dad joke side.
How did it become dad joke? By the way, that's always been a question for mine.
Because the way dads say things.
No, okay.
So in my glove compartment is my old temporary plate,
Okay.
which is what they had registered. And when I asked them to change it, they haven't been able to for some reason. So now I'm going to go in again, and here you can actually say pay it the person, and then I show them that, and they go run it through.
All right.
So let's see if this one works.
Now, what a question that I had asked, or that I was asked, was are leases coming down in price on new cars?
It depends. This lease was, I think, pretty.
I thought this lease was very attractive, and not necessarily expensive compared with other premium luxury vehicles. So
It's trying to identify again. All right. I gotta grab this again.
Nope, you're up.
No, I pushed the button to do that.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully they can get this fixed. So this guy doesn't know how to put it in neutral.
How do you put it in neutral?
There he goes.
All right.
So yeah, we'll do a quick car wash. Oh, that person quilts. You still can't put it in neutral.
Jeez.
It's a regular car. It's not like these electrics are sometimes hard to put in neutral. Look at this car wash mode.
Oh, so you can be seen. Put your car in neutral. That's the lever with
and
the
take your foot off the brake.
N.
I think part of the problem is they had their foot on the brake.
That could be.
Or they put on the parking brake.
Oh, that's also a mistake.
She already paid $40 for a full service car wash yesterday.
40?
40 full service.
Wow.
Well, these are like 20.
That's a lot for a car wash. Seems to be 20 something.
Hi, still not reading my plate.
Yeah, no problem.
We did that plate, and then this is, I think, the third time now that we've tried to get them to update it.
And they still haven't updated it?
No.
We've been having a lot of problems with that. Here, let me just grab that from you, and
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
In the car wash mode, I can see her approaching your vehicle.
Yeah.
She's rather distorted. She looks like she's from Avatar.
Yeah.
Because she's super tall. But interesting.
I feel like that car's going through really slow. Like, do they keep hitting their brakes?
It looks like, yeah.
Oh.
I wonder if you hit your brakes while it's rolling, if you get more of a car wash.
Oh, maybe.
Hmm.
Now, she should have asked me for my other plate. Because what keeps happening is there's never a manager here. Again, love Brown Bear. They're awesome. But
Well, I think people are not necessarily staffing these kinds of things. You invest all this money into an automated system.
if I wanted to sign up, they can put it through like that. That's
Oh.
what's weird. So
Well-
luckily we're not there's nobody else here, so we're not holding up the
Well, normally we come through here, we just drive through and we're in.
right, because the old one I had like an
Oh,
RF
that's
code.
why.
Now they're doing license plate reader, and this was my plate when I first switched this car over.
What's your
Got it.
plate?
I don't know.
It's just on the back here.
Yes. I know it's 1414.
Yes. So it's been happening to everybody lately. I don't know why they're not updating it in their system, but I will make a note of it and I'll make sure it gets updated.
All right. Thank you so much.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Did she hear what I was saying?
Mhm.
She actually said, "What's your new plate?" I'm like,
Yeah.
It's the one on the back." So yeah, this lines me up perfectly. There we go. Oh, turn the light rings off. Thank you. They're very wavy here. They do like to. So now the noise will get a little louder. Luckily, I had my temporary plate still.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I could do is just tape it to the back window.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because it was recognizing it.
Yep.
But I don't want to drive around with the temporary plate the whole time. I want to check it rid of that referral link.
We lost car wash mode.
Well, because there it is. Look, you say it and it shows up.
Oh.
So yeah, you can watch it on the screen here. I'm not taking it off to show all that. And now what we'll do is we'll drive up to Walmart and we'll plug in and charge. We're at 162 miles. Oh. And it's a supercharger.
How long will it take to charge?
This is at 66%. Once it hits 80, it slows down. But probably, because the goal is to get to 80% and then go. That's kind of how they set it up. So we could probably park, go run to Starbucks and come back and be filled.
All right.
But that's probably, we'll probably end the show at that point. We'll sit there for a little while.
Uh-oh. Now you've done it.
I know.
You broke it. Okay. Tell our viewers.
They're like pressure washing. So now we're just sitting here.
We're officially in the middle of the car wash and it is shut off.
I think the person probably didn't put it neutral behind us.
Oh.
And there's a girl pressure wash. I think it's a girl. Yes, pressure washing in front of us. So they always are keeping it clean in here. The service here is typically great. I mean, other than this little glitch, but apparently, as you probably heard, it's been happening. Because they used to use RF chips, and they had a little sticker here,
right,
and it would read it as you came through.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went to license plate readers.
Back on.
It's about to start. And with the license plate reader, it does. I wonder if I was using a dealer plate, if I could just put that on any car and drive through.
You probably could. That's what
they probably recognize it's a dealer plate and be like, yeah, sorry.
Oh, that may be because they don't want to do multiple.
I can do 10 cars a day.
You could.
This is the Very Best package, because you might as well get the Very Best. And the Simonized ceramic sealant. Here comes the big blowers.
Well, and you wonder,
Here come the big blowers.
Why isn't the car wash busy today? It's because it's raining.
It's not raining, it's spritzing.
It's drizzling.
But this is getting all the dirt off the car, all the grime, the muck. Now this is also what's weird in this car. In my old car, I can just pull down and go right into drive. Here I have to put my foot on the brake first.
Oh.
So as I'm coming out, luckily the car behind me is not very close. I should just be able to do that, and won't let me, so I have to do this. And then it goes. And if I hit it again, it puts me in B mode, which is the auto braking mode. So I can just lift up. And it just stops.
Auto mode. Auto stop.
It's like
now,
a golf cart.
When does it recognize that you're no longer in car wash?
Well, I have to.
Oh, if you leave it there, does it pick up the aerial view of wherever we go? I'm curious.
For a little while.
So how is it getting data? Oh, there.
It's just taking the side view. And
I see.
And yes, now it's raining more. So I wasn't going to
wash your car.
I wasn't going to get out and do the whole drying thing.
But then what's the point?
Right.
We're getting rained on.
So what did Ray Pepper say? Dan is the most unlucky guy in car washes. Yes, I am. It happens, Ray.
So leasing is now.
Look at that BMW or that Audi. I mean, That's a nice blue.
Yeah. Leasing, I think now is a little bit more favorable. And I think the competition now on vehicles that are currently floored, new vehicles that are floored, is higher or should be higher. Except that I've spoken with two high-end vehicle dealers, and they said nobody's buying. They said people have pulled away from purchases because of the economic uncertainties.
Right. And with a lease, you know what the car is. You can walk away when the lease is up. You know the value of the car.
Yeah.
So like this car has a value at the end. And if like my wife's car was actually worth more than her payoff. So she got like $3,300 on as like down payment towards her next car off of her lease. You actually could have equity. In most cases though, it's not favorable for you. It's favorable. I mean, it's not favorable for the company. It's favorable.
No,
it's not favorable for anybody. It's favorable for you to walk away. And then you get a new car anyway.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at the end of 3 years, this car is the newest version of the i4. What will they have on the 2028 model? Like, it'll be even more technology. Why would I want to keep this one and pay crazy amount of money potentially?
Right.
When I could just get a brand new one and my payment will probably stay very similar.
Well, and I think more and more the model for vehicle purchase is going to have to change dramatically over the course of the next 5 years, because I think young people are not interested in vehicle ownership in the same way that you and I are.
Right.
What they want is
blue.
Yeah. They want a vehicle they can get in and drive and then leave somewhere. And if they're done with it, the vehicle goes away someplace, then they get another one.
But those rideshare companies have all failed.
I think because the complexities associated with managing that are not subscribed. If you have a subscription system that's guaranteed for a year, let's say, and you say, I need this vehicle 3 times a week, and it shows up to your home or apartment or work, and it just waits there for you. And then you get inside via phone, and you go off and you use it as much or as little as you want during that day. And then you park it at some local predetermined parking space, and then you walk away from it.
But, well, here's the problem is, remember Reach Now?
Yes.
And Car2Go?
Yes.
Car2Go started with just smart cars.
Mm-hmm.
And then when, because the smart cars were part of Mercedes, they started using small Mercedes vehicles.
Right.
And they had an agreement with the city of Seattle. You could park them anywhere.
Yeah.
If it was a public parking space. And so there was not like Zipcar, which does exist still, that you have to park in their space. So now you've got to, take an Uber to the space to get a car to go for the weekend if you need a car to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The convenience is jumping in your car when you could get a car for, right now, their lease is in the mid-2s. I mean, for $250 a month, which is what I'm thinking of doing for my son when he gets his license finally, is instead of buying a beater and worrying about him breaking down, why not lease something that's $200 a month?
Right.
$250 a month. And it's the same, and it's a car I can drive when he's not home at college.
Yeah.
And we're thinking maybe even the Ford Maverick again, going back to that idea, because you get the base model. I was looking at getting a loaded one. Just get the base model. It's still a pickup truck. It's got AM, FM, CD, or not CD, AM, FM, and navigation and all that stuff built in.
Yep.
Or CarPlay. And
safety stuff.
It's got all the safety stuff. And that's what, he can drive that. And then when he's not here, I'll drive that. And then I don't put as many miles on this car. But if it's, if you can get it in the $200-300 range, if you use those systems, it's $40 or $50 a shot, typically.
Yeah.
So if you use it 4 times a month, 5 times a month, you're at $250.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to pay for insurance or gas with those. But the problem with the business model for the company just doesn't work.
Well,
because they have to pay the city a fee to get the free parking.
It hasn't worked because, keep in mind, BMW's Reach Now 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
It's dramatically different these days from what it was pre-pandemic.
Well, the cars are pre-connected now. Like they don't have to really do anything new. They could create the app and have it, because I can do so much. I can control so much of this car in my app now.
Yeah.
And before you had to put special software in the car to make the app work.
Yeah. Remember that pre-pandemic, Elon Musk was a genius, and the Tesla was an amazing tour de force of technology.
Yeah.
And now look at this car. This car has every bit as much of the usable technology that a Tesla has, and it's a full electric vehicle.
It doesn't have self-driving.
That's true, but self-driving is not really that much of an advantage.
Right.
Not yet. Well, I think it can be.
What my Polestar had in the pilot, the co-pilot that it had, that this does not have, and it might have, I just haven't figured it out yet. It's a small tow truck for that big of a truck. I could drive, put it on the mode where it kind of watches for me, and I can like look away. I can check email real quick, and I don't have to worry. Right. This car does have the adjustable cruise control, which almost every car has now.
Yeah. But most usable technology that the average driver is going to use on a regular basis, is available in pretty much any car.
Yeah, you get it in a Hyundai, you can get it
in a Toyota Camry. It's everywhere. And that's the thing. Pre-pandemic, 6-7 years ago, radically different from what it is today.
Hot tip of the month. Ray has a 2016 BMW 330e at Stokes. Half gas, half electric, guaranteed to get you 19 miles. When the gas motor kicks in, your warranty is over. What a piece of shit. Do you really have a 330i? Those are pretty good.
The 330i is good.
The 330e, I mean.
It's
the hybrid 330.
It's also a decent looking car too.
It's what this one's based on.
Yeah.
Because the 4 Series basically was just the Grand Coupe. So weird to call a 4-door coupe.
That is weird. Well, it's because that back seat really isn't very usable.
Janice is asking when we're going to show the sitcom here. We've done that 4 times.
A couple times.
We did once in Bremerton at the Roxy, and 3 times at multiple. We did 3 times at Bainbridge Cinemas.
Yeah.
Then we've done it twice at BPA. When I was doing my comedy special taping. We showed the whole episode.
Yeah.
We might do one as a fundraiser because we can't legally like charge money for people to see it. Like a festival we can.
Right.
Because of music rights. And fundraisers we could. And the Linwood Theater is doing a lot of these fundraisers where he asked me if I wanted to show it.
We could do it there.
So we might do it there.
We haven't done the Linwood, have we?
We've not done the Linwood. They'll put it up on the marquee. We'll do a Q&A afterwards.
Yeah. And it is an art theater. It's an art house. Yeah. And it's very artful.
Yeah. I've been sick and couldn't go. When's the next one? Well, it's been a long time, Janice, since we've done them, actually. Yeah. I'm sorry you're sick. We don't have a next one scheduled at the moment, but of course we'll let you know. I do have a comedy show tonight.
Yes.
We're not going to show the sitcom, but we've got 7 comics doing their best 5-minute Tonight Show style set.
That's at 7:30?
At 7:30 at BPA.
Yep.
And then we're intermission, then we're going to do it again.
Oh, different double set. Down.
Yes, you get to watch it
2 times.
2 times.
Awesome. And are they going to change things up?
It's up to the comic.
Okay.
If they feel the first taping went great, they can do whatever they want for the second one. If they want to tweak something,
yeah.
They can, it's totally up to them. I'm probably going to do kind of a Johnny Carson style monologue at the beginning. And then.
Now you're doing a Johnny 5 also.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to get my 5 minutes.
There you go.
Demo out there.
I think you should try to do them differently and just see how the pacing goes.
Same material, but do it differently?
Sure. Why not?
Well, there's only one way to do my material. It's the way I do it. I mean, you want me to do the accent? I could go up and say, hey, what's the deal with guys with hats?
No.
No?
No accent.
I could do it deeper. I could do, hey, everybody, I'm going to do some stand-up tonight.
No, remember, you're looking for 2 good, solid sets.
I only need 1 because I can only send 1 out. Well, here's the thing. All right, here's where I'm going to change mine up. I have a bit that I do that I don't want to put online.
Is it a car bit?
No, it's not a car.
This is CarYada, not Comedy Yada.
Oh, well, we're about to charge the car.
All right, so we're pulling in. Now, we're here at the Walmart.
Yes.
And so we've got a couple cars here. And is this our closest supercharger station?
There are some at Central Market and TNC, but they're not nearly as good as these.
And they're superchargers.
These go up to 150 kilowatt hours.
All right, so we're gonna bust out and we're gonna charge. And how long does it take?
My car will actually tell me how long it should take. So what we'll do is we're going to take off of here.
Okay.
Hi. And we're going to turn the car off. Oh, wait, I have to use my app on the phone.
Why don't you leave it in? Well,
I have to end the show.
Oh, if we do
it'll take, well, let's see what it does. All right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to move off the screen for a second. We might go away for a second while I turn this on. We'll see. But I do want to show everybody how this works. So first I'll turn the camera around. Settings, camera. We're going to switch it to, there we go. All right, so here's Raffi.
Did that work? Look, the car really didn't get very dry back here.
Well, it was raining.
No, that's right.
All right, so it says, listen for the click. So what we have to do here is like AC/DC. So when we do just at home, I just use the top one. Over here,
you can do top and bottom. Should we clean that out? Does the wetness matter?
Well, I do have some rags. Hold on.
It's probably not a bad idea.
It shouldn't matter because it rains.
That's true, but still.
It does say it says to plug in first. Oh, these are that thing I was going to ask you about.
Wow, those are super thick.
And it says 747 on it. Is it from an airplane?
Where did you get them? Here, wait. Okay, now pull. There you go.
That was at a house that my wife had sold.
That's good.
There we go. Okay, now I have to go to the app, so it may knock this offline for a second.
Holy cow, look at that.
Yeah, is that from an airplane?
This is from a 747-400.
It's a 700.
Or 700. Yeah. This is unbelievable. What a chunk of metal, huh?
I know.
That's aluminum. It's some kind of cap for a, and there's two of them. It's some kind of a cap for a compartment of some sort, but
all right.
Super, super cool.
So I gotta get the app to work. And again, I apologize if we disappear for a second. Go to Electrify America. There it is. It says plug in first. Let me plug it in.
And you're electrifying now.
I heard the click.
When we do this, are we putting money in Elon's pocket?
No, this is not Elon.
Oh, wait a minute. What's that little sticker say? There's only one immigrant taking American jobs away. Did you see that?
Where?
Right there.
Oh, that's funny.
I got to take a picture of that. Oh, they're on all of them.
All right, it's initiating charging, so I should be able to get back onto the show. Hopefully you didn't lose too much. So yes, look at that.
At the Electrifying
America
Dan. Charging station with Dan, using the supercharger.
Hasn't started yet.
And I saw this.
All right, so there's the energy delivered. It is charging. So we can go back in the car and sit while we can talk while it's charging. Oh, that's kind of cool. I've never noticed that before.
What are you doing?
It's showing the screen. I've never seen that before.
So this is, wow, that's fast. So that's moving. So when we pulled in, we were at 60%. Now it stopped doing it.
All right, so we'll come back in the car. It says we will be at 100%. It says at 11:43 we'll be at 100%. That's in an hour. But it's going to speed up because right now it's only at 94 kilowatt hours. It has the ability to do up to 150 or 100. This one I think can do 140.
Wow.
So it's only delivering 91 right now.
And why is it delivering it more slowly?
It's that.
And you don't have to charge to 100%.
No.
You're just charging.
Usually I just plug it in at home and I get up in the morning, it's fully charged.
Mm-hmm. And the one that you have in home
it's a level 2. So it's a 220 outlet or 240, whatever it takes. Yeah, so we can, can't do that.
So you come here, you leave your car, you go shop.
Yeah, you can go back. Look, you got a Starbucks, a Wingstop, a Wendy's,
a
Taco Bell, a Chinese restaurant. You got Walmart.
Yeah.
And you just leave the car and go on.
Yeah.
You have that same charge at your house. Is it really expensive? No, the one I have at my house is just a regular plug that's basically plugs into like a dryer plug. Let's turn the camera back around.
It's a 220 plug.
220, 240, whatever they call
it. and it needs 8 hours to charge fully.
It's usually less than that. If I plugged in just a regular wall, it would probably do it. Well, it depends on where it's at. I mean, I never get to 0.
No. Okay. When do you usually charge it? About 20, 30?
Whenever my wife's not using the plug, because hers is a plug-in hybrid. So she's plugged in. She gets about 40 miles on a charge.
Okay.
On a full, once she's all charged up.
Well, it's interesting because in a few years, it isn't going to matter because the charging system and the technology is going to be radically different. When automobiles first started using gasoline and gasoline-powered vehicles were being used more regularly, there was infrastructure already in place for agricultural implements to run. Oh, look at that. It's been a long time since I've seen one of those. That's a Mustang 2 fastback.
Hey.
Wow, that's probably a 74. Boy, that was the worst period for Mustangs.
Oh, this guy's having a conversation.
Oh, yeah. He looks like the guy from the 70s, the Keep on Trucking guy, the way he walks.
I thought he looked more like, you can call me Ray, or you can call me Jay, or you can call me, but you better not call me late for dinner.
So originally, when automobiles first started being used, petrochemical burning automobiles, turn of the century, 19th century, there was already infrastructure for fueling with agricultural implements. So you could get gas for your vehicle, but it was not consistent, and the gas formulation was also not consistent. And there were few opportunities to store fuel and use stored fuel for vehicle driving. So it took a while for the infrastructure to be built up enough to where people could use cars on a more regular basis.
Yeah.
And I want to say that it took somewhere between 10 and 15 years before major cities had urban fueling stations. So electric cars and electric charging has come quite a long way in the competitive market against petrochemical vehicles, because prior to that, at the first automotive press for worldwide technology, there were no competitors.
Right. Now, this infrastructure is Volkswagen. Volkswagen, remember the whole Dieselgate?
Yes.
Part of their settlement was they had to invest in electrical So Electrify America was set up by them. The Tesla superchargers that are all over the place, they're about, oh, he's playing basketball now. They're about 10, or he's just dancing. They're about 10 brands. Should we turn the camera around on him?
No, let him have his privacy.
That's true. He's enjoying himself, though.
He sure is.
Oh, is he just on break from Wendy's? No. Or is he rehearsing? See, in LA, you see this all the time. It's just people rehearsing their act.
He's got some decent moves.
He's not bad. He can move like Jagger. I'm worried he's going to get hit by a car.
Well, he's going to attempt to cross the street now. Okay.
Anyway, so there are probably a dozen or so companies that you can now, even if you don't have a Tesla, you can go to a Tesla supercharger.
Mm-hmm.
BMW will be one of them probably by the middle of this year. They make an adapter for their charger. It's just they have no way for it to recognize your car, because it's all, this is where the Teslas are smart. You plug it in, it recognizes your car, and you already have an account set up based on your car. This should have recognized my car, but it didn't. And so I'm actually probably paying for this one, not using my free program, because I was just happy to be in the app. I didn't want to play around and figure it out.
Well, how much does it cost?
This one right now, we're at $5.
Oh, it's reading.
We're at $4.92. Now it might charge me $0 at the end, but that's what I would have paid. And I've added, I'm at 74%. So I've added 14%. I've had about 70 miles for $5. So at $2.50 a gallon, that's 35 miles a gallon.
But your range, what do you get on a per percentage basis? What would 14% give you in range?
Well, probably about 70 miles.
Okay. So then for a car that burns 35 miles a gallon, that's 2 gallons.
Right.
Okay.
And price wise, it's a little over a gallon.
Yeah.
It's definitely not always cheaper at these stations.
Mm-hmm.
At home, it is.
Yeah.
At home, it's way cheaper, especially because I have solar. And so I pay about 8 cents a kilowatt hour, and I'm getting 3 miles per kilowatt hour. So basically 8 cents for every 3 miles.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. That's my home rate. So that means I can't do math. It's too early. Ray wants to know, should I go all in on Nissan? It's only $4 a share. Historic lows, no more Honda partnership. I don't know. How many cars is Nissan building in the United States? That's what I would look at. I think they have 1 or 2 plants here. Lucid, I bought a few shares of Lucid.
Just because might as well.
I mean, it's only $2.50 a share.
All in on Nissan.
And their SUV is amazing.
The current Nissan price is pretty low.
$4.
I don't think Nissan is going to disappear entirely as a brand. There's some value in it. How much value? I don't know. I'd have to look a little bit more at the fundamentals, assuming fundamentals even matter anymore on some of these stocks.
Yeah.
Someone is going to buy Nissan. There's too many value assets that make up that company. Now, would they be able to buy it for enough money to where your stock converts to a higher value after the purchase? I don't know. Usually with purchases like that, the assets are worth far more than the purchase.
Right. Dan has a good question. He says, what's the HP rating on the BMW? Does insurance change similarly for EVs as they do for V8? I believe it's 400 horsepower is the equivalency.
I have to take this call.
Okay.
I apologize.
Just step out. The show's almost over anyway.
Okay. Hello.
Raffi's going to take a call. We're up to 77% now.
Sure.
And now it's backed up to 11:40 a.m. is when we're going to be fully charged. It was 11:48, I believe, originally. Something like that. Anyway, I forget what the exact horsepower is. You know what? I've got the window sticker here. I wonder if it says about it. Let's check the window sticker. It might have said it on it. They don't really.
I thought they did
doesn't
too
convert
because I was
exactly the
following
same.
you, and I'll have to go
They
back and look at my
basically
raw
call
video and see
the
if I have
gas,
video of the brake lights going on. 'Cause I
94
thought
miles per
that they
gallon
worked
is
as
the
well, but
equivalency
okay, that's good to know.
if it was a gas vehicle.
Okay.
Performance. It does not show the equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
Although it is 100% not made in America. This would be subject to some serious tariffs.
Okay.
Had I waited.
So the 4-speed
Germany.
is, but the 5-speed isn't, or did you get?
Tell Raffi we can hear him. Oh,
okay.
Raffi, your microphone's still on. That was good. Here's what I'll. No, you can't figure out how to turn it off. There he goes. He turned it off. That was funny, and he lost the magnet. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not sure the exact horsepower. If I'm remembering correctly, it's in the low 4s, high 3s. 0 to 60 is like 3.9, 4.1. And I know you did ask about insurance. I don't know that they do. I think if I had the M50 versus the XI40 with the M Sport package, my insurance would have been higher because that one does get the equivalent of 600 horsepower. So I'm sure in that case it would go higher. And I apologize that Raffi's. You heard everything Raffi's talking about. What was he talking about? I'm guessing it's a car that he's got on Bring a Trailer. Anyway, it is time to end the show already. So we won't do gas prices because we kind of did them on our drive here. Anywhere from $3.99 to $4.19. And comedy tonight, if you're local at BPA, we've got about 20 seats still available, according to the website. Go to bpatix.com, bpatix.com. And other than that, hopefully we'll bring It's a Lot to a theater near you soon. Would any of you buy a Tesla? Good question. Wait, that's a good way to. No, almost nobody's buying Teslas right now, especially new ones, especially Cybertrucks. I would not buy one personally. I've already been there, done that. I'm not into doing and redoing. But is Raffi's mic still on? It shouldn't be on anymore. Or is that just delayed? I'm only hearing my mic, and I'm seeing on the thing that his is not picking anything up. All right. Anyway, I would not recommend buying a Tesla right now just because the values are dropping. If you can get a crazy deal, like if you get a Model Y for like $15,000, yes, that I would buy because it's still a running, driving vehicle. The software is still amazing. The car is still amazing. It's just they're losing value so quickly that until Tesla gets a new CEO, they're going to have problems. And that's the main thing that you're dealing with when you buy a Tesla is resale value. Yeah, I don't know how much people heard of your conversation. I hope it wasn't too.
Oh, I don't know. It's probably just my conversation with the details on what we were. Here, I'm going to turn this.
Well, you're picking up on mine, and we're about to end anyway.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll pair back up.
Sorry about that. I did have to take that
Yeah, it's
call.
still getting you. Yeah, it's okay. But it was just funny that your mic was on. So
No,
everybody's like, Mike, tell Robbie to turn his microphone on. I'm just here blah, 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 talking. Ray says, yes, we hear him. He's ordering pizza.
I'm ordering pizza. That would be what's expected.
I hope it wasn't personal.
No, it was the fellow who has the one of the cars on Bring a Trailer.
Okay.
So, and I think it was just opening information on the technical aspects of it.
All right. Well, you guys got to hear a little behind the scenes. Of how things work here at the headquarters. By the way, we're now at 82%. We're at 194 miles. Raffi and I can decide if we want to go grab something to eat real quick or if we want to just unplug and go. But that's the show.
Yeah.
If you want to come see some stand-up tonight, if you're local, please do.
Yeah.
If not, if the sitcom gets in a festival near you,
Yes.
We will be in, it looks like, Arlington, Massachusetts.
That's May 12th, 13th?
May, something in the middle of May. I don't know
Okay.
all the details yet. And they also might not screen it at the theater. They might do online only. If they do online only, I'm going to tell them we don't want that. Because I don't want people just to be able to watch it online.
That's right.
I want it to be in theater only.
Yeah.
So, and I think if he realizes we can get some eyeballs and some people in the seats, he might give us the other one. But we are an official selection now of a fourth festival.
Fourth festival. Yeah.
So that's exciting.
Excellent.
All right. Any other questions? No. That is it. Tesla, don't buy one unless you can get it super, super cheap. Reach out to me before you buy it. That's what I would say. I'll tell you what they're worth and what I think they'll be worth a year from now.
Absolutely. That's good advice.
They're great cars.
They are great cars.
If you don't mind getting potentially vandalized.
Right.
You want to, I've seen people that have just covered up the logo.
Yes.
I've seen people that have had the, F Elon.
Well,
which spells felon.
There are independent grassroots organizations throughout the United States now that are offering, you show up at this parking lot and they will remove your Tesla emblems and put on other emblems, and they'll do it for free. They do it just as a courtesy.
we should get a CarYada emblem put on cars.
There you go.
The CarYada logo. That would be fun.
You can get them now in chrome plate and
yeah, you could design those.
I can, absolutely. And I'll do that.
Actually, we should just change it to Tesla.
Tesla.
I love Tesla.
This has got a computer.
Look at this computer. It's all computer.
It's all. Everything's computer.
It's so easy to. Anyway.
There's so much there. And I know so much about. I know everything about. No one knows more about computer than I do.
No one knows less.
No one knows more about international devastation to all markets than I do.
That's true.
I'm an expert at expert market devastation.
Anyway, you're doing more of an Alec Baldwin impression. I'm Alec Baldwin.
I'm Alec Baldwin.
I'm Alec Baldwin. All right. That's all for today.
Today.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.